Hey, WoTV fans! Welcome back to another episode of WoTV. Today, we're going to be going right into summoning for my copy of 9S. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the summoning banners and see if we're going to be tempted to summon. Let's go ahead and get it started. So here we go. It's going to be a tough one, to be honest. I was originally going to skip 2B because with Final Fantasy VII coming up, and there's four characters announced. I honestly wasn't expecting 4. I was maybe thinking of 3, you know, kind of like how Final Fantasy X is. But literally the whole squad is here for Final Fantasy VII, and they all look amazing in both terms of art and design. I know the elements have been changed, have been tweaked to make sure the game is balanced. And frankly, I'm okay with all of that because, as always, I prefer a much balanced game rather than, you know, hoping and dreaming about the elements. Because end of the day, you know, if you love the characters, the elements only should matter to a certain extent. Alright, let's do this real quick. Let's see. I think you get 10x summon, so there's a possibility to get something else in addition to 9S. But it's guaranteed 9S, because this is a kind of a cool way that they did it this way. So we have chances here, we have potential, and we're going to go ahead and talk about 9S a little bit. And it's not going to be a hardcore review since it's going to be a level 1. We're just going to take a look at the grid and see what kind of potential he may have with, you know, the rest of my team. Okay, looks like we're not getting a bonus. Can we get a turn here? Yes! Garvel. Okay, Ziza. Alright, Ziza's good too. I need that Ziza. Here we go. Here's 9S. Scanner models are good at hacking. I've always got your back. So I've been corrected, to be fair. They are androids. They're not robots. Okay, so technically speaking, it is fair to call them he or she, in my opinion. So I think it's still neat that I got some Ziza shards. Because you can't complain the fact that you got a bonus. There should be no complaining here. Okay. Well, actually, before we jump to looking at 9S, let's take a look at the banners. First, they're separate, right? That's always awesome. I love the fact that they did them separate. And on top of it, you can actually get the vision card from the banner itself. So I think that's always excellent. And of course, you can simply just go ahead and get the vision card for the 10-step banner. Let's take a look at the full stats first and foremost. Win unit luck 35%, so you're gonna increase a lot of dodge there. Win unit spirit up 8, so that's pretty solid there too. Win unit critical damage up 25%, so that's a lot of damage actually, right? So that means when you crit, I think you're gonna go upwards to 50% of damage of your base damage. So if you crit, if your normal hit is 1,000, you're gonna be hitting for 1,500. I believe normally it's 1,250. You know, you guys can correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong there. In terms of attack power, 30% boost, and this is straight up wind. So I think this card right here, let's stop right here. It's already super solid, right? If you pair this up with another card that gives you, say, 50% attack power, you're up to 80% attack power, and that's pretty solid. Now, if you're going to target 2B herself, you're going to be getting slash pierce, and you're going to be getting extra 6% agility. And this card just looks nice, doesn't it? It just looks sweet. So here's the thing. If I go for this card, it will pair really well with Tifa and my Win team. And even if I don't go after 2S, I think it's still a solid investment in terms of a vision card. If you enjoy Win team, that is. If you're not a huge fan of Win teams, then perhaps you can just skip it as well. 9-step, another great option because you get possibility of unit shards for either or of these characters. It somewhat hurts free-to-play players because if you think about it, if they're not going to go after 2S, or excuse me, 2B, it kind of will blow if you know, obviously only get shards for 2B. So it is definitely a gamble, but it's kind of a nice gamble because you do get a rainbow at the end. The spring medals is essentially equivalent to the 1-year anniversary medals, and the fact that the only thing I think you don't get is, actually I think you do. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's see if it, I know it covers Bahamut, so you have Nier Automata there. Let's see if it covers the newer vision cards, right? So there it is, new vision card there, of course. Still 1 point here, that's always a great deal. So you're already looking at a solid number there. Yep, yeah, I think you get everything, yeah. So again, spring medals, it's essentially the same. And then of course you get the Nier units there. Obviously, I will highly recommend spinning it on Gilgamesh and KR Stern myself. And that's probably what I ended up doing. So I have, let me see, I still have 752. And just to show you, it's done here. My Bahamut is finished. I waited till literally the last second after the ads were finished, and I went ahead and bought the remaining shards. So I still have 752. I need to finish Steel Engine. I'm still contemplating about Suteki if I want to go all in on water units. And I haven't really done a whole lot with this one either. I'm still thinking about getting Exorcist because since I invested in the Dark Slash card, I might kind of go in on both of those. And so that should still leave me plenty. My Yuna is finished. I'm still working on Titus to get him finished. So obviously the next option will be Gilgamesh and KOR Star. So I'm going to go ahead and do a whole new video on the packs because there's a good amount of packs. And I think there's a few packs that are actually really worth it, especially if you're a light spender. And I think this is going to be a temptation for a lot of players who are free to play, right? If you drop $8, $10, anything less than $10, I think is totally fine in terms of even if you've been free to play for up to a year and you want to really support the game and just give yourself a tiny little boost. I'll go ahead and cover that pack later this week. And I think it's going to be an excellent idea to cover it because it makes perfect sense. All right, now that we got all of that good stuff out of the way, let's take a look at our unit finally. Mr. 9S himself. Let's just go ahead and jump right to the ability and see what we're working with. So shield deployment raises defense spirit allies within area. That's pretty solid. I love supporting skills. Let's see what the display here. Oh, that's got a good distance. Linear spear shot. All right. So these are going to be his main skills. Raise attack accuracy rate of allies within range. So again, that's really good. That's really, really good actually. Cyclonic spear shot. Deals damage medium to targets within range and cancels ability activation. Oh, so this is kind of like jamming thrust except it's AoE. That is amazing. That is amazing. And so the damage isn't as big of a deal in this case because against casters like Yuna or let's say harder content, right? You're taking out some of these mages and they're casting a massive amount of damage, getting ready to kill you. This is going to be very crucial in terms of fighting there. Okay, deal lightning damage L to target and lowers magic. So yeah, he has a lot of buffs, a lot of debuffs. I love it. Let's see what else we got. Here's another one. Double 2-hit and types piercing. Okay, that's not that great, but you know, it does have 2 hits. Let's see what else can we have. Drain Rush. This is going to be off one of his other abilities, right? So this one drains life, but this one is going to come from his secondary job. If you go for the secondary job, I think that's it for all of his skills, if I'm not mistaken. You want to just look for the spears. Yeah, looks like that is it. So overall, if you're going to stick with his normal stuff, it's pretty good. Perfect evade, chance of evading physical attack. So counter swing, counter attack. And then this is one that inflict berserk. I never picked that one ever because I'm not a fan of berserk at all. Raises own attack and accuracy, lowers evasion. Increases range of hacking and bestows chance of inflicting stun. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So increase the range. Oh wow. So part of, let's say it goes up to here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a long range. That is amazing. Definitely want to do that. That's pretty solid. Booster system. Move +1 agility. Okay, Viking lore, I think is attack and HP. And of course, raises missile resistance. So as you can see, he's super flexible, right? He has strong strength against missile attacks. Let me see what his missile attack. Yeah, he's 5% there. I'll probably say 15 to 20% from his passive. So I can give him 20 something percent. He's naturally strong against Pierce and a little bit against, and he's going to be weak to magic. It kind of makes sense since these guys are androids. So that kind of makes sense. Oh, he's immune to disable and immune to slow. Disable. This will make him pretty decent in PvP. Because, you know, a lot of units like disable you, right? So, the only thing, it may have a sort of a gripe, would be the fact that he could be sort of not as strong because of the fact that he is lightning. But because he's a supporting unit, I don't think it matters all that much. Now, I know we talked about how maybe Earth isn't quite as strong. But in terms of relativity speaking, right? You know, every element is strong within itself when it compared to certain notions of the game. But I just feel like for me, my personal account is a little bit lacking. But given the fact that Mont is going to be probably a lot of places, he probably can get killed fairly easily against Mont. But you know, that goes without saying, right? If you're going to start nitpicking and then tunnel visioning your opinion on things like that, where you know you're specifically honing in on something that can counter your unit, isn't sort of a kind of a moot point because it's kind of obvious. All right, I think that's all the time I have for today's video. This week I'm going to be going all the equipment from the Nier collaboration, and then I'm going to talk about the shops and some of the packs and talk about value to see if some of those things are worth it. And of course, we're going to be doing our stream on Friday. And by the way, I originally thought I would be working this weekend. Check my schedule. I actually don't. So I'm probably going to be adding a couple more videos simply because, well, I feel like there was lack of content on Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and make up for that somewhere along the line during this weekend. All right. Thank you for spending your most valuable resource with me. Until next time, I wish you luck if you're going to go after 2B. Currently, I'm still going to pass on 2B, but that may change somewhere along the road this week. We're going to have to end up seeing. Until next time, take care of yourself, all your loved ones. Nashtaters out of here. Take care.